Welcome back to a new episode of my YouTube channel. I'm very happy today. I'm in Southern California in the beautiful town of Beverly Hills. My name is Sandra Santiago. For the past 10 years, I've been searching for beautiful locations to visit. I fell in love with California and all it has to offer. Food, culture, wine, and this is my channel. It's Sandra. I'm next to Mrs. Patricia Tannenbaum. I'm so grateful to have you in my YouTube channel, and we want to know all about you. Look at this beautiful place, California. The sun is shining. We have like kumquats here. We have the swimming pool, the lemons, the bougainvilleas are all around, and the beautiful Mrs. Tannenbaum next to me. Tell us about your background.
Oh my goodness, well, I was actually raised in Beverly Hills, so I'm kind of old Beverly Hills, even though I was gone for many, many, many years. I went to Berkeley, and then my husband carted me off to New York City, and I taught school, and Bob was an assistant district attorney there, and we had great adventures. And then came back and fortunately landed about a block and a half away from where I grew up, but much to my surprise, but and so grateful to be here. And we've raised our children. We have three grown adults and awaiting grandchildren one of these days.
Oh,
and so, like my co-author, we both have been teachers and raised our kids, and we said, well, you know, what's next? And independently, we came up with the idea that we should be writing books and share our experiences as community service learning leaders, and our passion for children and passion for helping children to give a gift of the heart. So we've written our books.
The passion to give, right?
Yeah.
And to teach others how to serve and help others.
Yes.
Yeah, I read your books, Big Shaggy Max, and I love the lovable Grandpa Joe. Oh my God, my dad passed away not that long ago, and I know how grandpas are with grandkids. So I feel so I have so much affinity for this book, The Lovable Grandpa Joe. And what inspired you to become a writer?
Well, we both Carol and I, that you will meet soon, have always been writers. You know, like writers of journals and writers of newsletters, and writing to clear my head. And
I can relate with that.
Yes. And so after our children were raised, and we both have this passion for giving, and we said, let's write some children's books that will entertain and be fun, and we'll call our series Little Kids Do Big Things.
Oh,
so we're
little kids do big things.
We're passionate about kids beginning to learn as children the wonder and joy of giving of themselves. And I think it's especially important today with the selfie generation. So that these kids learn when they're young.
So tell me, what was the inspiration about writing Lovable Grandpa Joe?
And Carol can tell you some more about that. But we feel just as you that it's so important for our young people to appreciate our elders. And in fact, each of our stories, like the first book, we give to the charity, the Delta Rescue Sanctuary, because it's about pet adoption. That is the underlying issue. And this book we are giving to Love for Our Elders, a group that showers more care and kindness to the elderly. And my goodness, can we understand that after having lived through this pandemic. And so we want kids to remember how great it is to have that older generation, how much can be gained. And there's nothing like that relationship between a grandchild and a grandparent as you're talking about.
Let me introduce you now the other author, Mrs. Carol Saslow, and Big Shaggy Max, the real Shaggy Max. Tell me what are people saying about your book?
Oh, it's so funny you should ask. I have a little grandson, and he's 6 years old. And at the age of 6, he read our book, Big Shaggy Max. I said to him, well, did you like it? And he said, oh, yes. Gave it 2 thumbs up.
Oh, 2 thumbs up. Yeah. So tell me what does your son, your grandkid likes about this book?
Well, he loved the idea that a little boy wanted to have a dog, and that he had to convince his parents that he was responsible. And then and there's a surprise at the end of the book, so I don't want to tell you that. But trying to figure out how he could show he's responsible was really interesting and fun.
Oh, that's so sweet. So if you have grandkids, if you have a grandson, you have to get this book, Big Shaggy Max, or Lovable Grandpa Joe. So what is something that you will give to your audience to walk away when they read your books?
Well, the main thing is that children learn that they can give back to others, and they love to be helpers. And we just want them to know that little kids could do big things.
Little kids can do big things.
Big things.
Big things. Thank you for being in our episode today. And Big Shaggy, say, I'll see you later. Hasta la vista, baby. Patty, thank you so much for having me in your gorgeous home. And I'm excited to go and visit Beverly Hills and do a tour with you. So I have a surprise for you. Come, let's go.
Oh my gosh! There you go. Wow, this takes me back to my childhood.
Yes.
I hate to admit that I remember these bars, so let's go. Famous Beverly Hills Hotel. We're starting our little tour here because it was the very first structure. Beverly Hills was bought by Mr. Green and his family in 1906, and this hotel was built in 1912, and it was the only thing in town. This whole, all of Beverly Hills was a bean farm, if you can possibly imagine. And so when this hotel was built, it was the center of life. And they had movies here, and they had stables here, and there were people that rode their horses. We're riding a car now, but people rode their horses down this path and down Rodeo Drive. It was called the Bridle Path, of course. And they went into town. There was just the general store and the post office and the red trolley car. So it is so fitting to be here. It has been refurbished maybe about 20 years ago. Celebrities still come and live here for months at a time, as they did when it was first built.
Let's get into this amazing chocolate store that we found in Beverly Hills, right?
Yes.
And we tell you a little secret after. Come. Sinatra used to come here and buy chocolate for his wife. So I got that one. So let's try it.
This is Rodeo Drive, and you've all seen it as one of the top destinations in Beverly Hills. Again, we have our palm trees, and now there are all of these designer stores. At Christmas, there's incredible baccarat crystals that grace the trees. It is the must-do street for any tourists, and we are grateful to Rodeo Drive because it brings a lot of revenue to us and to help us support our schools and our fire and our police, our city services, which are extremely important to us.
Wow, so much history in Beverly Hills, and I'm so blessed to have you in my channel. And thank you. Thank you for allowing us to come to this city and enjoy everything that this city has to offer.